let's have a look at the mods I used on the Frankenmuth map. So popping into mods and then the ones that I've installed. So there are ones sitting here that are installed but I haven't used on the Frankenmuth map. Now this one here, Tomb Baumarkt by SanAndreas. Sorry, there's no details coming through. Also, Placeable Churches. This one's by Giants. And they're just for decoration, but they look really great. These ones I have installed, but not using on the map. Cinema I have used on the map. I've created a little shopping area, and that looks quite nice. It's just decoration. Now the Hummer. Hot wash. I would recommend getting the hot wash. So good, especially for large vehicles like your harvester. Hotel restaurant, again, I would recommend. Sometimes it's the best selling point price in its passive income. So look out for that mod. Placeable dealership, again, this is more decoration. But I did put vehicles inside this. You can actually drive through and put them in there. Emergency vehicles by ADS Gaming. And another placeable dealership. This one looks really nice at night time actually. By the Stooges. And the placeable forward sign, again decoration, but just adds to the aesthetics of the game. This Mustang Rouge, it goes like the Clovers. So if you're looking for something that'll get you around the map really fast, go for that one. Now I can't pronounce this, so I'm no good at German, but this is a really good mod. And also the emergency vehicles, these were good as well if you just want to expand on the game a bit. Police station, very nice mod to walk through actually. Couple of levels and lovely meeting room, etc. Very good mod. The shop, so recommend this one. It's very large. Make sure you've got enough room. Takes all sorts of sized vehicles. Make sure you get that one. This electric scooter, I was around on the farm on this one. You know, zero carbon, etc. Flower pack I've used around the churches as decoration. And this round flower bed, this looks really nice as well. So if you're into decorating areas on your map, but this is a good one to download. Placeable parking bays. Sorry, the graphics aren't coming through. But these are good to have on your map as well. Some of these I'm not using. The farmhouse, so recommend this one. Beautiful house. When you walk inside, the piano plays, love it. And the decor inside is just beautiful. You'll like that one. Now this is the Frankenmuth farming map that I downloaded. I like it. Large open fields. Wouldn't recommend for a first-time gamer though, because there are some obstacles that you've got to avoid. Alpine farmhouse, recommend if you want passive income. It does have sleep trigger as well, but I use this like imagining it's a holiday farm stay, or you've got workers coming in for certain seasons and this is their accommodation during that season. So yeah, I recommend this mod. As you can see, really good passive income. Now, if you're looking for little vehicles to work around on your farm, these little runabouts are good. Didn't download the garage, well, not using the garage. John Deere by Sid Modding, I believe that's it. So if you're just looking for something slightly different horsepower, etc., then have a look at this one. Lizard Quad Bear. Again, just a great little runabout for you on the farm. Now the modern poultry house. You have got to get it, everybody, by BlackSheep Modding. Thank you so much, BlackSheep Modding. So love this mod. So the eggs automatically go into containers, and then you can ask for the ramp to move along. Oh, so love it. Love it. None of these. Another scooter. Now with this scooter, it's a stand-up one, and it goes like the clappers as well, so be careful because you can make your character fall off. You're going too fast. But yeah, that's a nice little scooter. Large enclosed sheds. This is really good if you're looking for something, thank you Sandhill Modding, to drive through. Big vehicles like your harvesters, and you've got your headers on the back. You just pull in one end, drive out the other end. Really good. This marble fountain I used as a decoration, but you'll see that you can pull up to it and you can fill your containers also as well. So that's a great one. Water wells, I love these. I've placed them around the farm strategically just to fill up, because I do have animals, orchards, etc. So just pull alongside those, fill up. Not using any of these on my farm. John Deere Gator, really great. Thank you again, BlackSheep Modding. Great little runabout. So I've used one with the tray that you could put on the back, and I've also put a little, some of them I've put a little canopy over the top. So I own about 5 or 6 of them. They're really great. Not using those. Cobblestones. Great little decoration around different places. So I've put them around the that holiday home. Yeah, I put them around those. Little beetles. I'm using these. I've put them inside the dealerships just to show that I have got something to sell in the dealership. But not necessary. But you know, depends how much you want to do in the game. Field service trailer. You have got to get this. Really great, thank you GTX. So it's a mobile workshop and mobile fuel station. Take it out on the field, fill up your equipment. You don't have to keep coming back or going to a fuel station to do that. Gas stations, they earn a daily income. Thank you so much. I can't pronounce that, but thank you so much. So if you're looking for passive income, you can use those as well. Machine shed, again, great little building. Two drive-through doors and one man door. Yep, just depends what you're looking for and how much machinery you've got on your farm. I am using the manure dealer pack, so I'm using that for my orchards. So I fill up my little trailers and then often put them on the orchards. I've got this active horse stable, a great little one. Thank you so much. Can't pronounce the name. So sorry. I'm not good at German. But this is really good. The horses actually walk around different areas, and it's great to see as you're driving past or walking past. These are the fruit orchards I was telling you about. They're beautiful. Thank you so much, Modda. And as long as you water them and give them manure, the fruit grows and sells automatically. And then you'll notice that it automatically waters at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. And if you happen to be in the area, just to see the water sprays working, it's just beautiful to watch. Well designed. Thank you so much, Modda. Community building. Now this is lovely. Again, you need a big-ish area. Beautiful inside and well thought out. It's got treatment room, etc. It's just really well designed. American Horse Ranch. This is one of the ones that I bought first for when I was doing horses on the farm. I do like it, but afterwards when you go away from the area, the horses become stagnant. So I'm not sure if they can do anything about that. Vegetable garden, I did have them for a wee while, but there's a lot of work with watering and manuring for little return, so I stopped using those. Sorry, Modda. Garden pavilion, I have put a couple of these in, but I found that my character in the game is taller than this building, so I can't actually walk through it. I can only stand on the sides. Placeable details pack. There's some things that I'm using, like the umbrella, the slide, etc., but I'm not using a lot of stuff out of here. Placeable solar panels. Now, if you're looking for passive income and you've got the money, I recommend placing these strategically on property that you own. You can even start making like a solar panel farm or something like that. Worthwhile doing. Oh, I love this broom. So in my chicken coop, I've got a broom. Thank you, No Name. So clever. So I come into the chicken coop and every now and again just use the broom. You just grab it by your hand up and down and it puts it automatically back into the feed. Yeah, good design. Straw and hay storage. I've got, I've lost count, 4 or 5 of these on my property. Stores a lot of hay. I do have a lot of horses actually. So that's the main reason. But yeah, really easy to drive in and out, load, unload. Really good one. Alpine hayloft. You could look at this one just as a comparison. Sweeper, so love this. Thank you so much, Modda. So your character jumps on, it's a little electric vehicle where you turn the sweepers on, sweeps up all the mess for you, puts it in the back of the unit, and then you can drive up next to a feeding area and unload it into the feeding area. Horse breeding, great idea. Thank you so much, Modda. So you can only put 2 horses in here. Okay, this 3-point tipper, I love this. Thank you, BlackSheep Modding. I put it on the front and the back of my tractor and I put feed in it. So yeah, great little mod if you want to use that. I have used this Dairy with a Farm shop. I haven't got anything that produces milk though, but I'm using it as a decoration in my shop area that I've got. I've made a little city. This little electric scooter, the character actually sits on it. So if you're looking for something that's low carbon producing, low carbon footprint, this is quite good. Lovely, lovely colours, bright colours. Garden decking and pool. I've got one of these. Just as something that's different on the farm. So quite nice. It's not an in-ground pool though. That looks quite nice. John Deere, again, this is a great little runabout to have on your farm. Thank you, Giants. Hot little things in the back as well. Customizable letterboxes and signs. I found that you got to own the property for you to actually place these. You know, you can't. I was hoping that I could put a sign down the road and say farm stay 15 k's or something, but you got to own the property to put it on. Road rage, again, another vehicle that just goes like the clappers. So if you're wanting to get up to like 240 k's per hour, this is the machine for you. Personalized farm signs. I'm using this one here, pointing to where my farm stay is. It's on my property, and it's customizable. You can type into it a name or whatever you want. So great little mod. Coffee shop, again, I've done this as decoration in my shopping area that I've created on another piece of property on the map. But it is lovely. It closes up at night time. Quite nice. Now the horse corral. So just something different to look at and experiment with, whether you want to put that one on your farm just to try it out if you're into horses. This horse stable, I did download it and I'm using this one. It is quite nice because you've got an indoor exercise arena rather than an outdoor one, so I do like that, and it's got a lovely little area where you can store imaginary saddles, etc. So well designed. Placeable straw barns, I do have a couple of these. Again, they're passive income for you. A little bit harder to drive in, unload and drive out, so just be aware of that. Riding facility, this is huge, so you've got to have a lot of area for this, but it's lovely. It's got all sorts of things in here, everything to your heart's content. I did find the little ride around area quite tight when you're on a horse though. Follow me. Now if you're into this and you've got the money, I recommend this because like I'm imagining there's farm stay and students coming to my farm, and this is great to imagine that they're following you to a job. So yeah, recommend. Lighting, I did like this pack. There's really good options of different styles, different heights. So look out for that one. Love, love, love this in-ground storage. Thank you, GTX. It's beautiful. The pictures don't actually do it justice. It's a beautiful looking building. Easy to drive in, drive out. I've used it for sugar beet and wood chips. Beautiful. Not using these on my farm. The Bergman trailers. If you're looking for something that's a decent capacity, then I recommend these. Now, I do love the Lapacho tree, so that came from the Spanish map for when you were early on learning 2019. I've used these to line my driveway. They're just beautiful. So thank you, XAAD. Thank you for that. Bee house. I do have quite a few bee houses just as a passive income again. You don't have to do anything with them. They're just passive income. So if you've got the money. Greenhouses, I do have several of these as well. Again, passive income. You do need to water and provide them with manure. I've got the large New Holland big baler. Thank you, Giants. And there we have it. Thank you so much.